Right here, I have sweet potato slips. These are slips that I ordered online from a store called Gurney's, and they're an online nursery. Last year I did sweet potatoes, and this year I'm gonna do sweet potatoes again, and I'm gonna do them in these grow bags right here. I had a lot of success last year with my sweet potato grow bags, so this year we're gonna do it again. So let's see how they look from the store. So these came online. They are Georgia Jet sweet potatoes. They're a little bit on the dry side, but they're still look pretty good. I don't exactly remember how many came with it, but this is what it looks like when you order it online. So this is dried out. They came yesterday. So I have 15 sweet potato slips, and these are of the Georgia Jet variety, and I'll put some information about the Georgia Jet on the screen right here. So I'm just gonna plant these in these grow bags, and honestly, it's not that hard. The first thing I did was get some of this raised garden bed soil, and I'm gonna put it in here. It worked really well, and the benefit of the raised garden bed soil is potatoes need a lot of airy soil to grow, and raised garden bed really is a mixture of soil and other like sticks. Sometimes there's too many sticks, I think. But that keeps the soil in the garden bags nice and airy, and so that the potatoes have somewhere to grow and they can push the soil around underneath. And I have 4 grow bags that I'm gonna use today because these are the extra ones that I have. There's a fly. And I'm going to fill it up till about the top. So one of the cool things about growing your own food, and you get to learn about the different types of produce that you grow, is that sweet potatoes grow on vines and they will take off and just go everywhere, which is pretty cool. The potatoes are edible and the leaves are edible, so everything about the sweet potato is edible. I did not eat the leaves last year, so I don't really know how or what they taste like. We're gonna fill all these up. 1.5 cubic foot bag filled most of these bags up, so I'm gonna cut one more. My grow bags are full. One thing I do have from my other grow bags are potato fertilizer. I'm gonna throw this in here. This is for my Yukon Gold potatoes. I don't think it'll hurt the sweet potatoes. And I'm just gonna throw that in there. It's a little bit more fertilizer. And the dirt that I have has like worm casings and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of gives it some compost. So what we're gonna do is we're going to add our sweet potatoes, and this really is pretty easy. So some of them look a little rough, but there's still some new growth on here right there, if you can see. And so they kind of looked like this last year and they just took off. It wasn't a big deal, but I got to get them into the ground. Sweet potatoes do like a pH around 6.2, 5.8 to 6.2. I have my plants, as you can see. So it kind of looks like this is 3 plants, but really it's just 1. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna bury it all the way in. They do like it to be warm. So I am a couple weeks past my frost date, and I'm just gonna put them in there. And right now I'm gonna do 4 per container. And these containers do have the doors on the bottom, but honestly, I never used that last year and I completely forgot. And I'm going to plant peanuts in a few days. So I have different grow bags for my peanuts that are wider, and these are my tall and narrow ones. And that's what I'm gonna use for my sweet potatoes. And so as you can see, I'm just gonna put them all in here. I'm gonna add a little bit more dirt to make sure that they're covered in here. And then I'm gonna give them a big watering. So there's one plant. Now let's try another grow bag. But as you can see, this is not very hard at all. So you just need to grab your slips. These are called sweet potato slips. And I know you can make your own. There's plenty of people that have videos about making your own, but because this is only my 2nd year and last year was successful, I bought mine online. And one of the cool things about buying mine online from Gurney's is they actually didn't send them until they were ready to be planted. I purchased these in January and they came this week. So even if a plant is different than the rest of my order, so I had sweet potatoes and I had just Yukon Gold potatoes. And my Yukon Gold potatoes I planted a few weeks ago. I have a video on that. And those are taking off already. But the sweet potatoes are more susceptible to cold weather. So they don't like to be as cold. So they wait till you're more likely to not have any issues. So I'm gonna put these plants in here. But really all you need to plant these are the slips. And you can either start your own, like I said, or do it like I did and buy them online, or probably even from a local nursery will have them. And I'm putting 4 into each bag right here. My soil is pretty warm. And they will vine out of the grow bag around the side, and it will create vines everywhere. And they grow vines so fast and the leaves grow so well that I didn't have any issues with bugs. Japanese beetles might attack them a little bit, but because they regrow so fast, they actually couldn't keep up. So that's one benefit, is that they're pretty hardy once they take off. I expect all of these to take off. There might be 1 or 2 that don't, but that's okay. I'm definitely gonna have a lot. So I put 4 plants in each of my grow bags. And then what I'm gonna have to do is get some water and make sure they stay watered, especially right now because they're on the dry side. It'll bring them back to life. I'm not too worried about how they look. They looked about the same last year. They just need to get in the dirt, get some sun, get some water, and they'll perk right back up. So there's our sweet potatoes that we're planting this year. If you're gonna plant sweet potatoes, as you can see, it's very easy and it's very fast. It doesn't take a lot of time and it doesn't take a lot of work. And so now I'm gonna put some water in them, and then we'll keep checking on them throughout the year, and we'll keep checking on them throughout the summer, and we'll have lots of potatoes in the fall. So follow along and let's see how many pounds of potatoes these slips grow between now and then. So thanks for watching.